Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So a few weeks ago, Fujifilm released the X-H2 and a couple of new lenses at the House of Photography in Sydney, and when the whole presentation was over, the Australian Fujifilm manager closed the event by saying this. Let me read it to you.
Thank you everyone here, thanks to everyone out there in the web for tuning in and watching us. I'm sure we'll be doing this again very soon. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't I? Alright, good night everyone, thank you again.
Nice. Very soon surely doesn't mean next year. Some people say he could be referring to the release of the new Fujinon FX 30mm f2.8 macro lens that Fuji has promised us, but my guess is that along with that macro, we will be able to put our hands on the new XT5 before Christmas. Fuji has been literally flooding the market with their new cameras, X-H2S, now the X-H2, and in terms of specs, these are the best APS-C cameras ever made, period. So where does the new X-T5 will fit into this landscape? In this video, we'll look at all the spec rumors that's out there. I read them all, including all the comments too. It's a wild west. But the thing is, if history is anything to go by, these rumors are usually spot on. To further strengthen the argument for the X-T5's early release, as we know some of the major Japanese stores now won't be receiving any more X-T4, X-E4 and X-T30s because these cameras are now marked as discontinued. Now the previous X-T lines have never in the past has been discontinued before new cameras release. Can you imagine waiting another 6 months for the X-T5? Extremely unlikely, I would say. Okay, let's look at the specs now. So Fuji's flagship APS-C cameras are the X-H2S and the X-H2. The X-T5 is marketed as a mid-range camera, so it has to compete with the X-T4, not the X-H line. So it's a little bit of disappointment for me. I mean, we already had 4K 60 frames per second, 240 in Full HD. I would have loved to get that 4K 120 on the X-T5, but that's not going to happen. At best, they will get rid of the recording time limitation, and Fuji will give us F-Log 2 with up to 13 stops of dynamic range. And I would say we're probably going to get 6.2K at 30 frames per second, if not 8K at 30 frames per second recording options, same as the X-H2. The X-H2S's new stack sensor is way too expensive to put it into the X-T5, so Fuji is rumored to be using the X-H2's latest, highest on the market 40 megapixel APS-C sensor. That's great news, especially for people who are mostly photo oriented, because it will capture sharper images in significantly more detail than all previous Fuji cameras, including the X-H2S. The X-T5 will stick to the classical dials, same as the X-T4. It won't be getting any custom shooting modes or the new PASM dials. This is more than welcome news for all of us who have been rocking the X-T2, 3 or the X-T4 in the past. Another great feature is that we're likely to get to keep the focus switch too. I think it's much better than the new focus button on the X-H line. There is no reason why the X-T5 wouldn't get the ability to attach the new fan to it. It only requires 2 screw holes and it's great for those who live in a hotter climate. Not me, unfortunately. Thanks. We will likely to get the new and improved EVF with larger magnification, 5.7 million dots versus 3.68 on the X-T4, and faster refresh rate, 100 versus 120 frames per second. The X-T5 will use the same battery as all the other latest cameras, including the X-T4, but it'll have better performance due to its new processor. Okay, now let's move on, and this is a biggie. The X-T3 lovers would love to see the tilt screen and the metering dial coming back to the X-T5. Not me. Although I love my X-T3, but the fully articulating screen was a game changer for me. When you're a single man video shooter, it's simply a must have. I would bet the house that Fuji's keeping the flippy screen because it was one of the main reasons why the X-T4 did so well. And the same goes for the video and still switch that separated the menus on the X-T4. These are much loved features that has to stay the same way on the X-T5. Now one of the biggest letdown for many people is the no battery grip rumor. I don't understand why Fuji would remove the option to have a battery grip. That would be so stupid. Next, the X-T5 will likely to keep the 2 SD card slots, no CF Express option, and will get 2 3.5mm headphone connections and hopefully an improved built-in preamp for better audio too. And finally, with the brand new processor inside the X-T5, the autofocus will be improved significantly, and that is one of the most important changes, and no doubt by itself will trigger a lot of people to upgrade from all previous cameras. Not to mention that the X-T5 is predicted to come in at a slightly lower price than the X-H2, at around 1,700 British pounds or even less. But the main question is there enough improvement for you to upgrade? Would you rather get one or even both of the new X-H cameras? Do you think any of these predictions are flat out false? One thing for sure, it's great to have options for us Fuji lovers, isn't it? As always, if you appreciate the effort I put into these videos, please like it, and if you like to follow my Fuji filmmaking journey, then please sub for more. Thank you so much and see you in the next one. Bye.